There we go. I
Do
fixed
you
it.
know sign language at
Stream
all?
is getting. What are you talking about? Sign language?
Yeah.
All right,
Do you know how to
hello,
do
hello
sign
everyone.
language?
Welcome back. My name is Toast BH. This is the 3DT Scorpius Esports Tournament NA 1v1. My name is Toast BH. I'm joined by this guy. He's wearing a unicorn.
Zaruga. Hello.
Hello.
You already know.
Oh yes, we already know that. We already know that. But we got Zaruga in here. I'm Toast. We're gonna do some tournament stuff today. It's gonna be real good. There we go. Sorry about that little blurb with the no sound, folks. OBS was being a little funky fresh, and we don't like it when it's funky fresh that way. So we fixed it. No funky fresh. Put a little deodorant on that, makes it feel better. We got a lot of good games for you. We're gonna start right at that top 8 section here. You guys can go ahead and check out that bracket. I'm about to drop it in the chat. Also stick my key in the ignition, hot and fresh at the kitchen. But right there, you can see that bracket right there. If you take a look at that, Zurigo, what are we seeing in the bracket right now?
So right now in top 8, currently on winner's side, we have Parallel versus Phazon, which I think this is going to be the first match we're going to do. And then otherwise, Little Cap is waiting on the winner of Novice versus Pedronsky. They're currently 1-1. Should be getting underway soon because they've been going at it for a while. Otherwise, we're waiting for the matches to come up on loser's side. We have Riot versus Walkstar. Darky waiting on his opponent. Here we have another one waiting on their opponent, and Open Baz waiting on his opponent as well.
Interesting. Very cool. Now I am wondering, what do you expect to see out of this tournament? You know, who are you seeing here that you think is going to win? Who you think is going to lose? What's the upset going to happen? That sort of thing. Give me your expert opinion rundown.
Expert opinion. So overall, just looking at how the last year's gone and how the tournaments have gone and everything, Phazon and Little Cap, they're probably like the 2 biggest names coming into this. Both of them, I believe, getting top. I knew Phazon got top 8 at BCX. I don't think Little Cap quite got top 8, but he got top 32. And they've both been putting on a impressive performance in the tournament so far, especially in rank S. A lot of people have said Little Cap is really strong. He's really good at what he does. Don't undermine though. Parallel is a fantastic player as well. I just don't know that he's the top 8 material like Phazon is. Otherwise, I don't know as much about Novice actually, or Novice. I don't know which one it is.
I feel like it's probably Novice. Is how you?
Yeah, I've heard his name. I've seen him around. He's got the top 8 on winner's side, so like he's not a bad player, right?
It's in the brackets, right? Because it's silent, maybe. So instead of Novice, it's Ovice, like a little O, big V, Ovice.
Ovice.
Like it's Little Cap against Ovice right there. I love it.
Yeah, but otherwise, for winner's side, that's it. Looking up loser's side.
In the lower bracket.
I know Double Dime was somewhere. I'm trying to find him.
Well, Double
Looks
Dime
like Double Dime
because he DQ'd out of winners.
Yeah, he got 2-0'd by Mixtape Lord.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he got 2-0'd by Mixtape Lord, and then
oh my god.
Yeah, you see it on loser's side. Sani 2-0'd Mixtape Lord. It's gonna be Sani versus Pedronsky.
Down below.
Fighting for that spot for top 8, yeah.
Still
Ethan
kind of
versus Open House.
Figuring out.
Darky waiting as an opponent.
Yeah, all right. But it looks like the first game we're going to be coming to is in that winner's side top 8, and it is going to be the sweet Parallel versus Phazon battle. Phazon and Little Cap, I think you said it right, they're teammates. They've been together for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a cool thing to catch, cool thing to watch. I'm excited. I like seeing them play, and I hope they play against each other because that'll be a little bit of a fun dynamic right there, I think.
It'll definitely be an interesting match. The players, again, they're 2v2 partners. They spar a whole bunch. They both are great friends, so it'll be an interesting match because they'll kind of be able to work around each other, and they know who each other are, know how they play. It's always fun for me to see in tournaments players that know each other so well that like it's almost like they're sparring with money on the line, right?
Right. I gotta say though, I think versatility-wise, Phazon has the upper edge over Little Cap, where Little Cap has maybe one of the best Bodvars ever, right? I mean, his Bodvar is really good. You don't ever see Little Cap play not Bodvar, right? You see Little Cap play Bodvar. The swaps out there, not so much. But Phazon, you know, he plays Val, but he also plays a few other legends as well.
Yes. I don't know what Phazon's been playing throughout the tournament, but his Val is what he played at BCX. He's played it fantastic. I don't know if he's trying to mix it up and pull out something else. Something I've heard, though, about Little Cap. Everybody says it's not that Little Cap, like, does all these really crazy things. He does the same bread and butter combos. He does the same spacing and baiting. He just does it so good. He's so good at it that nobody, like, you just can't approach him. And that's what I've heard from everybody. You know, he plays that same bread and butter Bodvar, the same stomp side air, the same down light side air with sword, but it just works. He just does it so well, which is always fantastic to see. We've seen players do that in the past, and it's worked great. But
I mean, we saw
definitely
that,
interesting to see. Yeah.
We saw that forever, especially like with Lil Cap. It's kind of, even back when, you know, I don't remember, there was a test dash tournament which Lil Cap played in. It was like an invitational, like 8-player kind of spontaneous thing that BMG threw
adaptation one? Oh no, BMG did one.
No,
I
maybe
remember
it was
that,
adaptation. Yes. Was it adaptation?
There
was an adaptation one
for sponsoring somebody.
And I don't know, because that one was on
Little
Dash.
Cap won the adaptation. Little Cap won the adaptation one. It was on Dash. Because
that's the one I'm talking about.
Still, yeah.
Because he came in,
yeah,
and he was like, I'm not even going to worry about Dash. I'm just going to play like really solid spacing with my fundamentals and just stomp side air.
He did.
Like,
that was a fun tournament. I actually ended up playing in that one, and I believe I got like my first match streamed, which was fun. But it was an interesting tournament because I think it was the first big tournament with Dash. So Dash has been out for a while now, though. A lot of people are really used to it.
Yeah, and it you know, it definitely added and changed the game in a positive way, in a good way. Looks like our players are going in there. They're going into that map pick out from Phazon. You're seeing that Mirage. You'll see it in a moment. We'll show it to you guys in a moment. And you have Ragnar out from Parallel, who is in the game as 2 lines, which do not touch, probably.
2 lines. I think it's do not cross, but
yes. Do not cross, okay. You know, triangles are my favorite shape.
No, do not intersect. It's even fancier. Do not intersect.
Very fancy,
nice.
Very fancy. But yeah, let's jump right on in and see how it goes.
Interesting to see Phazon not playing that Val again. As I said, I would expect that he might have switched up his pick to playing something that wasn't Val, maybe test something out in a tournament that isn't as big and not as crucial. I don't follow the players and who they've been switching to enough, but interested to see what he can do. Already
right
pulling off
bat,
a gift with his
0 to death.
He's only taken 1 hit so far.
And that, you know, that's looking real good for Phazon. You see the salute, the acknowledgement of just like, hey, that was pretty cool coming out from Parallel. Well, I want you guys to see his name. 2 lines which do not intersect. Oh my goodness.
It always gets me when players change up their names. I never like it.
Nice pickup. Phazon looking for another follow through, trying to get another early KO like that first one. Hold on.
Gonna find the early KO there off the bottom with a weapon throw and a ground pound. His offstage play has been fantastic. Using those ground pounds and the big hitbox of the throw very well. Gonna hit a read there on the downlight into another downlight.
See Parallel coming in here, trying to use those big hitboxes of that axe to try and do something, but Phazon's follow through is huge, and that's it. That was a 3-stock.
Those egg drops. Did you see those egg drops?
Oh, man.
He threw the spear down aired, picked up the spear. Or, well, I guess he threw it down.
Tell you what, we can check out the replay.
Picked up the spear, down aired, threw it down, pick up the spear, down aired again. There you go. All those kills were just...
That last KO that we're about to see, I think, was my favorite one that he threw out there. Right here, right?
Look at this. So
he sets it up,
he
the weapon
throws
toss.
the spear, grabs it, down airs with, like, perfect precision, throws the spear again,
and
grabs
down air again.
Down airs. And his spacing and the placement was just perfect.
We're right back here. We do see a swap out to Caspian from Parallel out here on Shipwreck Falls. It's nice. We'll see how they use kind of, you know, the variation on the map choice to their advantage. And maybe Parallel will get in here now. Katars and Gauntlets will maybe give him a little more versatility, but Phazon really just moving back and forth and just being in the right place to get the punish. Nice weapon throw, going to clash out and cancel out the downlight out from Phazon. Does move up above Phazon's neutral state coming out. But all in all, I mean, still solidly in Phazon's favor at the moment.
Yeah, Phazon's reads, if you watch them, have been so on point, and he's been using the spacing of the downers fantastic. He can hit a ground pound there, and I think that might just take Parallel. He does make it back by the hair on his chinny chin. But Phazon's in a good position here. Gonna throw out that side light. Again, not gonna kill. Weapon throw up. Parallel made it back to the stage.
Lose that stock. going to be a big swap in kind of momentum here as Parallel picks up, maybe not an easy first KO, but a very solid first KO. And he's staying alive, gets hit by that down air, moves up, gets caught by the recovery, and that's going to be the KO on to him. So very quick evening out here for Phazon.
Yeah, both players in a very even spot. Phazon looking for a little bit of damage there, though Parallel gonna pick up a big string here, misses the recovery off the end of that, but the rest of it's fantastic damage. Phazon gonna follow up with a string of his own to get a little bit more damage in. Both players in the orange in their second stock, still fairly even.
Guys are moving back, trying to go in. Nice attempt at that neutral grab, but the down air from Phazon with the weapon throw. That's the classic thing we've been seeing from Phazon this whole set already. Is just the weapon throw follow up. It's awesome.
Yeah, it seems he's really been practicing a lot of those off-stage weapon throw, egg drop, follow-ups and things, which are really good. Weapon throws are so fantastic right now, and I'm sure the Mirage pick adds to it because with Val, you have a lot smaller hitboxes, whereas the Spear and the Scythe have much larger hitboxes compared to the Sword and Gauntlets, which I'm sure helps a lot with that. Phazon, though,
not gonna
messed
get
up
back
on the edge there.
Yeah, that's gonna even it up. One stock either way. I mean, this is still a best of 3 for Phazon. You know, he just has to get another KO, and he has that damage lead. He has that Scythe, which he's been fierce with before. Does push out Parallel onto that right side. Parallel will get that wall touch cut. Trying to recover here. Phazon goes in for that breakdance. Not going to hit. Actually gets punished out by Parallel. Now into that spear, that terrifying spear that Phazon is really well equipped with. And you know what? For all of that, Parallel is really trying to just outspace Phazon and doing so successfully at the moment.
Yeah. Phazon looking for a kill move here. He's got Parallel on the edge of his seat, I'm sure. Parallel taking a whole bunch of damage here. Misses the weapon throw. Gonna get the recovery, though, on the follow-up for the kill. Best of 3, correct?
Best of 3. So that's gonna give Phazon the win.
Phazon played fantastic there. I mean, Parallel started to take it back that second game, but especially that first game, just he was dominating. These weapon throws, as you see there in that replay, they're on point. He's clearly been practicing a lot of those. He was confident with the Mirage pick. He's still got a couple things where it seems like he can improve with them, but overall, fantastically played from both players.
That turnaround, it was really like a beautiful thing to see from Parallel. I mean, he came in there and he did really start bringing it back. And once he switched to those gauntlets, he was able to get in there and start racking that damage back up onto Phazon. Did bring it down to that game 3, to that third game, or to that third stock rather, on that second game. And that's a really, you know, Phazon is a well-known top 8 player. Like, good stuff.
Oh yeah, Parallel did great on that second game, especially versus such a good player. Did find, especially that one Qatar string, he just missed the recovery off the end of it, but otherwise it was a lot of damage he got in. Looks like we're gonna hop into Little Cap versus okay, in the game right now it's just Vice. It's not even Novice, it's just Vice, so I guess we'll call him Vice. Vice versus Little Cap. Vice on the Diana, Little Cap on that Bodvar. Who would have guessed it?
See how it goes. Interesting map choice, I gotta say. I think it does kind of favor Little Cap a little bit with just what he's able to do with that hammer. Gives him a lot of room to move around on.
Again, Little Cap here just going for some bread and butter hammer combos and executing them well. Vice, though, kind of able to space him out a little bit there with the bow and get some damage in. Looking for something off stage here. Little Cap gonna hit the recovery to get back up. Both players kind of teetering around, just looking for some damage. Little Cap gonna find an early kill there, actually, with a side sig read. A fantastic read on the dash back there.
See, I mean, Little Cap's damage is rather high at the moment. He does that hammer, which I think is his stronger weapon, honestly. He really does lay into people with the hammer rather well. Nice stomp, sidelight, kind of classic bread and butter combo right there. Goes in for that neutral air, but not quite gonna connect. We do see Novice or Ovice try and swap out its bow play, trying to use that extra range. The down air not gonna get hit, gonna get punished, but the nice neutral air pickup onto Little Cap. He's gonna recover around, try and catch with a gravity cancel signature, but the down air from Novice is actually gonna pick it up.
Yeah, Novice here with the bow. Little Cap on a fresh stock, going for some unarmed damage, actually going pretty aggressive there. Has the hammer, misses the stomp, hits that down air. The down air is just so fantastic at scooping people up with dash jump. I know I do it a whole bunch as a hammer player myself. Just the hitbox that you have. Gonna hit a side there on the stage. Vice is kind of struggling to hit something for the kill. Little Cap is pretty much a full stock ahead.
Nice down air coming through. Yeah, I mean, Little Cap has a solid lead. It is a lot closer to that last game we saw between Phazon and Parallel. And Little Cap trying to get in there, trying to get some slaps out right now. I love that dash stomp. It's such a good use of his motion and really does expand his threat with what's more of a stationary weapon, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Gonna hit a bread and butter combo there with the downlight side air. Not gonna find the side air to follow up. Again, going for a downlight side air. Kind of missed that one, but the spacing is hard to get, especially with those early percents. You have to, almost perfect spacing. Vice gonna hit a ground pound into another ground pound.
That was awesome.
Gosh, that's gonna definitely lessen the gap between the two of them. Vice is still in it. Little Cap's odds are looking better, though. Probably going to go, again, for just some of the bread and butter stuff. But Vice is going to capitalize on that, realizing that he's kind of going for maybe a stomp side air. Going to capitalize on the spacing. Going to hit a neutral sig here, looking for something off the edge, but not able to find anything quite yet.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Little Cap does have Novice there in that red zone. Novice trying to use that range and doing so effective, that down air pushing out. Little Cap sig not going to hit, but there's this coach pitch, stomp side air onto Novice with the weapon throw follow-up, and that is KO on that game. There were a couple stocks in there, a couple of those KOs that were just really, really nice. And really the one that I want to check out here that you guys are going to see on the replay is that punish with the bow. I think it's this next one coming up right here. Right? Here you go. So Novice has that bow, gets the ground pound punish, and then comes up and picks up the ground pound again. It's just, there was a really clean reaction to a fairly aggressive gravity cancel signature, which is nice.
It was definitely very nice. That ground pound can be so devastating sometimes. Hopping into the second game here, no character swaps. Little Cap still on that Bodvar. Vice still on the Diana. Both of them hopefully feeling confident.
Little Cap going down deep, does pick up the recovery, does get back here. Side air coming out. Novice not going to use those guns. Just they're going to pick up a huge down air into a ground pound. And Little Cap doesn't have what he needs to get back, and that's it. He tried getting that chase dodge, but unfortunately, it was just the movement was too good, and that ground pound following that down air was just, the game potential was too much.
Yeah,
nice.
Stomp side air and stomp side air again by Little Cap. Finds a recovery. It's actually going to kill. Vice couldn't quite make it back. Little Cap literally just evened up the game right there. Had such a devastating first stock there, just getting ground pounded so early, and he just evened it up with like 3 moves.
It was really, really nicely done. Little Cap getting there, going unarmed right now as he has not been able to secure weapon. Just now picking up that sword, going to get hit there, but downlight side air coming out from Little Cap into that slide stick. He loves going for that recovery, going to punish him. We do see Novice move back and try and outspace Little Cap, and is doing so very effective. Again, that range on that bow, so critical. Novice in that almost red, closer to that damage zone, does pick up the gravity cancel. Little Cap moving through, has that hammer now going in for that dash side air. Stomp side air going to drop that side air, unfortunately. And I mean, right now it's pretty close, but big side air coming up from Little Cap. Oh, he really wants to style. He really wants to style on Novice right now.
I do that all the time when I play Bodvar. Gonna hit a side sig there to take off the kill. Just a good read on when Vice was gonna come up over the edge. And great thing to punish that. Gonna hit one of those bread and butter downlight side airs.
Potentially. Nice side air coming through. Little Cap dashing through Novice. Nice unarmed play. It's going to let him secure that weapon. Novice just being comfortable here, unarmed. Loves using that dash jump to try and break into the defense. Not always effective, but when it is, it does give him a good start. Now he's that bow. That bow is a scary thing. He's got nice patience from Little Cap. Not going to move into that signature. Another player would have done that. Little Cap above does not hit that down air. Novice going to survive. Picks up a big hit. The down air. That's KO.
That was impressive. It was actually, I think, a gravity cancel side air, and Vice knew to follow that up with a chain dodge I think it was a speed dodge forward into a downlight or down air, and it was able to kill. That I probably would not have been able to do that. Vice actually finding some good opportunities to hit a downlight here on the spacing, trying to just space out Little Cap, but Little Cap gonna hit with a side air, stomp side air to finish it out. Little Cap takes the set 2-0 over Vice.
And that's going to bring us, if we take a look at this bracket, you're going to be seeing Phazon is going up against Lil Capped in that winner's final. While those games were happening, you know, you do see, you can check out down below in the lower bracket, you have Santi going up against Ethan right now, and Stupor is going to be going up against the winner of the bracket 1 losers, who is playing
this kill right here.
Dark E
in so
a Riot.
Smooth. Man. Anyway, yes.
Really nice KOs in this game.
Yes.
Was the smooth one you were talking about the one where he slides him off the right side of the screen and then down airs him?
Over top that and then just down airs and it just hit perfectly.
Yeah, that was a proper KO. I mean,
it's one of those things. There's some little things that you see with players that you can tell that he plays bow a lot, because a lot of people that like play a weapon, if they don't play it a lot, they'll have some moments where they'll just miss some stuff like that. They won't know it, but when you know the spacing, you know the follow-ups, you know the combos so well, you can be like, okay, I hit the side light, what'll hit now? And just in a split second say, down air is going to kill, down air can spike him, that'll probably hit. Bam. It actually was a dodge read as well. Little Cap going for a dodge down, which I don't blame him, right? What are you going to do that's going to hit down, except for Bo has that down air, which is going to hit him. Really clean stock, or kill there off of Vice.
Yeah, it's that kind of play, that dodge read, that awareness, like you were saying, that like, you know, they play bow a lot. You know that it's a bow thing, right? That they're in there and they're like, I know my kit super well. I know what I'm doing super well. Like, this dude ain't got nothing on me, man, because I got my bow and I'm gonna slap you about with it. And that's what he did. He slapped them about. Giving lots of those slaps. Now, let's see, where are we going next?
Next game should be the winner's final, actually, right? It should be Phazon versus Capped, correct?
Phazon versus Capped, okay.
And then I'd assume losers semifinal and losers final up all the way.
Yeah, it's gonna. We'll probably be doing some quarterfinals as well.
Yep. Anyway, the match we want to hype up: Phazon versus the Little Capped. 2v2 partners, sparring partners, friends. Have played both fantastically. I believe they got top 8 at BCX, correct? My BCX.
I think so.
In 2v2s, I believe they got top 8. I don't remember which position exactly. Phazon got top 8 in 1s at BCX. Little Cap got, I know he got top 32. I believe he got top 16 at BCX. Little Cap gonna be on the Bodvar. Phazon gonna be on the Mirage. Both players opting not to switch up their plays, their characters from what they've been playing earlier in the tournament. Hopping into game 1 here. See what happens.
All right. Twilight Grove, Phazon, and Lil Cap. Teammates, friends, family. Who knows where this is going to go? I mean, Lil Cap and Phazon are such a dynamic duo, and they work because you have such versatility in Phazon and such stability and solidity in Lil Cap. I mean, Phazon right now on that back foot, he's taking a little bit more damage, does move through, nice side light on that scythe. Interestingly, we're not seeing that Val out from Phazon right now. Maybe he's a pocket pick for when he feels like he really needs it, or maybe he's, like you said earlier, just practicing in this tournament to play that Mirage. Lil Cap almost picks up a very early KO with that slide down light unarmed. If he'd gone for a ground pound, potentially it could have KO'd Phazon. Phazon trying to close up the damage breach right now, but you know, Lil Cap is proving to be very slippery. He's saying, you can't do that, you can't hit me. Well, I mean, not so much. He's getting hit, but he's proven to be a little slippery here.
Yeah, all Little Cap needs to do is find a kill move here. Even though he didn't get that early kill, he did put Phazon into the red, but Phazon's been playing it pretty well. Little Cap gonna get a downlight recovery to pick up that kill, but Phazon played pretty well there, just avoiding some of those spacings where he could get killing moves. Gonna bait out a stomp there. Shows you how much Phazon knows Little Cap. Oh, if I get close to Little Cap, what is he gonna do? He's gonna stomp. Waits for it, spot dodges it, and is able to punish. Just shows you again how much these two players know each other and how they play.
Lil Cap will not be able to recover from that. That was just a nice, just a good, solid, clean play out from Phazon, who does pick up a really nice read on the right side, or on the left side of the map. Even stocks, even damage. Phazon now on the ground, and Phazon has that spear. And Phazon's spear, as we saw earlier up against Parallel, is kind of a scary thing to go against. And you see Lil Cap hardly getting any hits. Nice side air, does land there. But outside of that, you're mostly seeing Phazon pick up his own side airs. You're seeing Phazon pick up a lot of damage here. But the side air from Lil Cap, he follows in, picks up a big gravity cancel downlight, and that is going to be the second stock off for Phazon right now.
Watching Phazon's spear, of all things, is really impressive to me. Because as somebody who's put countless hours into spear, especially early on, he's been using some like techniques, I guess, or ways to use moves, and I've never seen people doing before, right? He's been using moves that are different from what I've like seen a lot of other spear players doing, and his spacing is fantastic.
Nice
Little
patience
Cap
from
actually.
Phazon right there. Lil Cap gets a good punish. Phazon will be able to recover there. Dodges through that signature, throws the scythe back to spear. Recovery, not going to hit. Gets punished by the down air. Little Cap hanging back here. Gets caught by that downlight. Gets hit by the side air. Follow through. And that's going to be KO. Final stocks for both players, but you do see Phazon on a big disadvantage damage-wise. He's a little bit on that back foot.
Yeah, Little Cap put a lot of damage on Phazon in that last stock. Going to hit a stomp side air into a weapon throw to secure the first game for Little Cap.
That was, I think, one of the closest games that we've had so far.
I think so, yeah. Solid from both players. Phazon actually switching it up to a Mordex here, using that new skin that looks like the hyenas from the Lion King. His gauntlets are solid. His spear was solid as well, so maybe I would have liked to see like a Wushang or something interesting, but his scythe is definitely solid as well, so it looks like he's going to go for Gauntlet Scythe. Maybe a little bit more off-stage, looking for some gimps and things. Little Cap, of course, never would have guessed it, but he's sticking with that Bodvar.
Sticking with that Bodvar. That skin? Holy cow, I like that skin. And we're here on the Miami Dome, sponsored by Ramen. Here we go. Let's get on it.
I call it Ramen Edge.
Ramen Edge.
It's
That's
not
good.
me,
I miss the
Edge.
clean lines of Ice Cream Edge, honestly. Sometimes they get confused with the angle on the side of the walls. But I know they changed that a little bit.
Yeah, I do really enjoy the map design though, and the music and everything. It's a really cool map. Although the one guy in the bottom right on the background that's peeking through the window distracts me sometimes. I feel like I'm being judged. Anyway, Phazon versus Little Cap. Phazon,
Little Cap.
ground pound.
No, Phazon comes back.
Yeah, so Phazon found the ground pound. I didn't know if he had the kill there. It goes for a follow-up. But it wasn't able to find anything because Little Cap used that huge hitbox from the Hammer Nair to knock him back into the bottom of the stage. Phazon was able to recover though, and Little Cap sadly couldn't. But Phazon's gonna be a little bit ahead here. I guess the gimping worked out for him with the switch up. The gauntlets have been working well. Interesting drop there on that downlight. But Little Cap there just was afraid to go after him off stage because the nair on gauntlets is so strong. It's so scary to just go down in there.
Phazon bumps his head and is gonna lose that stock right there. Evens it up significantly in Little Cap's favor. Now, I don't know if that's Little Cap playing on Phazon, on his knowledge of Phazon, or if it's just, you know, Phazon had a slip up there or like a missed input or something. But that's really big for Little Cap if he can turn it around. But unfortunately, Phazon's game right now is just fierce. He's constantly putting the pressure onto Little Cap and constantly turning it around. As soon as he has these weapons, he moves in. Down air, goes for that signature, gets stuffed by the side air, but the down air comes again, goes into another signature, goes for the recovery. Little Cap patient, moves back, gets punched by Phazon, who picks up a really, really clean gauntlet streak to pick up that KO.
I believe that is referred to as the Gauntlet Russian Mafia, being that is a downlight, not quite a recovery like the original Russian Mafia was, but a nair into a recovery, and it kind of has the same effect. Very impressive to see. It's a tight input window, and especially nerving when you're in a tournament, but he pulled it off so confidently and so well. Gonna look for something off stage here. Not quite gonna be able to follow up, but gets a little bit of damage. Little Cap just trying to find a down air. Maybe a down sig there, although it's going to get interrupted by the recovery from Phazon.
Phazon looking high, moving in, picks up that neutral air. Little Cap wants this KO. The hammer, he knows he can get in there, get a big side air, and probably pick up a KO. Here's that side air he's looking for with a weapon toss follow-up, and that's KO. Brings it down. Final stocks for both players.
Yeah, Little Cap plays so solid. I wouldn't doubt that he could just take this back, but Phazon has been playing really well as well. It could go either way, really.
Yo, Chad is right. This does kind of look like the hyenas from Lion King.
It does. That hyena is from Lion King.
Oh, Oh, nice gravity cancel from Phazon, pushing Little Cap out to the right side. Little Cap does recover back onto the platform as that sword wants to get in there. Gets caught by the down air, though. Down air again. That was an interesting hitbox. Has a dodge, dodges through, gets security into the hammer pickup from that weapon throw.
Phazon looking for some kind of kill move here. Little Cap looking for a stomp almost exclusively. Gonna hit a side light there. Not gonna follow up on an offstage as it does not kill. Phazon just throwing out huge hitboxes. Gonna throw out a dare into the stage. Look to follow up.
Oh,
gets
weapon toss.
Double weapon throw off the edge. Throws out a little read taunt. Phazon gonna take the second game, evening it up 1-1 in the best of 3. Phazon versus Little Cap.
So we're going to this third game. Now this is a best of 3 4 winners finals, which is really interesting. We'll see how it goes. I'm wondering, like, Phazon is taking a moment here to choose his legend. Gonna stick with that Hyena Mordex, and it has me wondering, where is Scar? And who is Mufasa? Mufasa.
There is a lion skin for Roland, I believe. In one of the chests, there was a lion skin from Roland.
So Roland is Mufasa. And then Scar, would that be Barraza, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's any other lion skins. We have a Simba.
Oh.
Yeah, right? Anyway, going into it, both players have weapons. Both players are hitting each other. Phazon maybe hit a little bit harder. I don't know what happened. Phazon gonna find like 2 nairs into Little Cap just dying.
That is 100% losing track of your jumps, man. Oh,
dang.
Dude.
Wow.
Nice pick up from Phazon. Going into that stomp side air. Loves going in for the side airs. Phazon picks up another string here with the scythe. Gets caught by the recovery. Ground pound coming out. Phazon shouldn't have the jumps he needs to get back, but he does have recovery. Does get the wall touch. Comes back on top. Punishes that signature with that down light. Goes in for the signature zone. Spot dodges through Little Cap's engagement. Little Cap picks up that neutral light and moves on in, but no, instead it's an edge guard.
Phazon looking for the kill there. Gonna throw out a weapon throw. Not quite gonna hit. Gonna hit a down sig there on the scythe. Almost surprised that didn't kill, because that down sig, it has a lot of force, especially when you throw it backwards. I think it was just a little bit too far. A lot of people tend to gravity cancel it. Gonna hit.
He lived.
I believe that's a down sig. Recovery though, gonna pick up the kill there, widening that gap so much. Phazon still got 3 stocks for his Little Cap. Has got 1. I don't know that Little Cap could take this back, but he really, at the same time, I don't know that he can't.
Big pickup from Phazon. I mean, he's following through those gauntlets really well. He's playing basically a very, very clean, very academic game, honestly. Nice downlight side air. Now he's going for the unarmed KO, but there it is. The KO from Little Cap is going to pick up that neutral air to push to push Phazon off the top. I mean, that's what you need to start, but getting hit by that side signature, going to do a lot of damage. Coming up, neutral air recovery.
White finds something there, kind of teetering around Little Cap. Didn't know, couldn't get a read on where he was gonna be. Gonna hit that down sig though. Not gonna kill. That's so close to killing. The weapon throw though. You recovered him into the weapon throw.
He knew, because he knew it wasn't gonna kill, and he was like, "You're gonna come back, and I'm gonna style on you." It's gonna put Phazon into that grand final. Let's just check out those replays real quick. And most of them are Phazon.
Didn't quite kill, but he got the recovery there. He got the read on the recovery.
That's Little Cap's only KO right there, but this last one that we're about to see, this is the one that counts, right? So Phazon is here. He picks up the throw.
Doesn't kill. I was surprised. I thoroughly thought that was going to kill.
Throws out the taunt.
Weapon throws up, which I think would have killed if it just hit, but recoveries him into it nonetheless.
3, 2, 1. And here we go, back into it. Phazon Little Cap again in this set.
Yeah,
back onto Mammoth Fortress. Same legend choices from both players. I'm like not over the red fire of the armor that Phazon's got.
The home team colors look so good on like everybody. Like even if a skin looks bad or a lot of people don't like a skin, you put home team on it and everybody's like, wow, what skin is that? I've never seen that one before. It looks good. They're some of the best colors in the game. I want to see more colors like home team. And I want BMG to not spring them up on me so I'm not like thin on mammoth coins because I'm like, well, there's no holiday event for a while. Anyway, Little Cap gonna hit a stomp Sayer there. For the kill, those bread and butter combos, just executing them so well. Phazon able to get him to the orange that last stock. Not quite in the kill percent yet. Looking for a little bit of pokes in here with the gauntlets, though, to get him there. Little Cap using his spacing. More bread and butter combos. Using some baits. Playing really solidly. Side sig not quite going to connect through Phazon. Little Cap, down light side air. Looking for something off the edge here. Goes in for recovery, not going to quite find it. Phazon's going to capitalize with his own recovery. Nair not going to kill. Side air, though, going to kill from Little Cap. Pretty much a reverse situation of last game. Little Cap up with 3 stocks, whereas Phazon's down to 1.
Nice down air coming out from Phazon, pushing it out onto Little Cap. Little Cap, huge turnaround from that last game. I mean, he's in Phazon's shoes as of that last game. Maybe it was a map choice. I don't know what happened. Maybe he got a different read on the playstyle of Phazon, which is interesting, right? Teammates. But oh, Little Cap, there's a grab cancel. Oh, I love it. He jukes underneath. That's so smooth.
It was really smooth. These players both, their off stage and on stage gameplay has just been, it's been fantastic. It's been really enjoyable to watch as well. Little Cap.
Yeah, it's really smooth. I mean, Little Cap's stock extension right now is beautiful. I mean, look at how high his damage is. There's a really nice downlight out of that ground into a ground pound. Going for another. He really wants his KO unarmed, which he can do. I mean, he has the stock advantage. His stock lead. He moves through the signature. Gonna get stuffed right there.
I was so hoping to see that 3 stock, but Phazon's gonna say, nope, not letting you 3 stock me. Not letting you 3 stock me on stream. Don't want that embarrassment. Gonna take the stock there. I don't think he can make it back, though. I don't think that anybody could make this back almost.
But what you see Phazon doing is a really, really smooth thing, right? Phazon is playing with the Scythe, which gives him those interrupts, which you're seeing right there. He gives him that speed and that ability to be very precise. And then he's staying on the edge, where Scythe in the air, especially on the edge, has so much potential. And I love seeing that from him. But Lil Cap gets it from behind, picks up that downlight into recovery for that final KO.
Yeah, Little Cap turning it around there. Phazon, as we saw last game, it was 3-1. This time it was 3-1 in favor of Little Cap for stocks. Little Cap just being able to adapt. I've seen that somewhere before. Anyway, hopping into the next game, Phazon went to Val. He switched it back up to the Val.
You know why? Because this is game 5. And this is for the big points. 2 wins on either side. Phazon's like, you know what? I had my fun with Mordex. I had my fun with Mirage. I'm bringing out the Val. I'm bringing out the big guns. Lil Cap's like, I only have this one gun.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see. I'm sure he's been practicing the Val. His Val was so solid before. Hopefully even more solid now. Of course, it looks like he's been practicing Scythe. Looks like he's been practicing other characters, but I want to see, because if he's going to like the pocket pick, the big guns here is the Val, and he's already been performing that well with the other characters. This is gonna be good.
Oh yeah. Coming in on Great Hall, Phazon's hanging underneath. He's trying to say, "Look, Cap, I know you want that weapon. I'm gonna pick it up from you, though." He gets a nice nair into down air. Look, Cap on that left side, gonna move through the ground pound. Has that sword. Gonna do a nice sidelight. Neutral air coming up from Phazon. Goes in deep for the ground pound. Lil Cap, he does have the dodge, but the dodge gets stuffed, and that's KO.
Phazon's gauntlets. He's gonna 0 to death on Little Cap. Didn't take a single hit of damage there. His gauntlets weren't even that fast. They felt very smooth, controlled. They were very systematic. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew where he wanted to put his hits. It was perfect, pretty much. Seeing that again here still. If you watch him, he's not panicking. He's not putting his inputs in too fast or too wildly. He's very systematic. He's very controlled. He's looking more solid than we've seen him Usually Little Cap's the one that you see being more solid, but Phazon just stepping it up here. Little Cap, though,
say though that Little Cap's play right now has also been very clean. He's very precise about where he's moving. Beautiful neutral sig does, you know, kind of get that spacing and timing right to punish Phazon's engagement. And Little Cap has been playing, I think, just right to counter this unrelenting force, this super effective, like ×4 effectiveness Phazon has against Little Cap. Nice neutral air.
Yeah, I mean, Little Cap pretty much was a full stock down. Now he's, I want to say half a stock down, so he's bringing that lead back. Started to cool down there, not letting that first stock get to him. Playing really well.
Good ground pound coming out from
Maybe
Phazon.
able to capitalize here off the edge. Not quite able to find anything, but if he could get something off the edge, it would be fantastic. Although Little Cap, don't want to say, is not as much as somebody to play off stage, as much as Phazon is. Probably doesn't have as much practice. And is probably a little bit afraid of Phazon off stage.
Nice pickup from Phazon off the top with a recovery. Gonna put Little Cap on his final stock, and this is pretty much a full stock lead right now for Phazon. I mean, it's a really good place to be if your name is Phazon, right? But Little Cap has brought this back. He brought it back in the first stock from a similar damage to, you know, difference deficit maybe would be a better word for that. And he's kind of just, if he can get in there and do his Little Cap thing, he'll be in a good position. He's already got Phazon in the red. He just needs to find a way to, you know, confirm this KO. He's keeping the weapons away from Phazon. Goes in for that side air, gets picked up in the neutral air from Phazon. The recovery, that could do it. Phazon going to try and recover out to the left side. He does have that recovery, so he does get that wall touch. Look at moving back, trying to bait out that dodge so he can get in there and get the punish, but it's not really. Ooh, the sig comes out.
Phazon, it's the side sig there, not quite going to kill, but actually going to even up the damage a little bit there and put Little Cap on the edge of his seat. He's going to find the side air, though, with that hammer. Throwing the sword away, opting for that hammer. I don't blame him. His hammer is so solid. Just looking to get some damage in here. Going to find a dare into a nair. Hitting a side air. Hitting a downlight into a neutral sig. Another neutral air. Has almost even up the damage. So solid just coming from this hammer. Phazon not able to capitalize. Punishing him every time he tries to engage. Mixing it up with the follow-ups. Gonna hit a side sig there.
Little Cap.
Oh my god, Little Cap takes that back and is going to take the set 3-2. That was...
What?
Holy crap.
I want to say, especially that last stock, that last KO, it was a little confusing to me for a second there because it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at this, he was literally a full stock behind. Like, there was no argument. He's a full stock behind. I mean, if anybody could take it back, Little Cap is one of those candidates that you would say and play solid enough to take it back, but he and it wasn't even like it was all in that first stock. It was pretty much a full stock behind 2-1 there. But he was able to just take 2 stocks down out of 1, and it was still close. I mean, if you look at the last stock, he's in the orange here when he takes out Phazon, right? He's almost like he's in the kill percentage pretty much. You know, a signature that's well placed could kill.
So check
and
it out.
he ends up getting that read of Phazon coming up.
Perfect timing, perfect spacing. It pushes him to where he needs to go. Like, it just sends him out.
Fantastic play from both players.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I told you, watch out for that match.
Yeah. Now, I believe that would put Little Cap as the winner in that grand finals, going to that grand final first set. In the bottom, we got Novice, or Novice, up against Dark E, and Parallel, which we saw before, up against Santi. Now, we're going to be seeing Parallel and Santi on stream here. We're seeing them live right now, right here, right way. And I don't know, what are your thoughts, Zaruga?
Again, like, these are players that I've seen. I haven't seen them as much. You know, they're not like the top 32 players. They're fantastic players, don't get me wrong, but like, not having seen them as much, I kind of don't know. I mean, I've seen them. They're great players. They're diamond players. They're high players. Not as much for me to talk about. like now, I need to study up more of my high diamond players, right?
Santi's a name that you see around from time to time in, I think, a lot of tournaments. I know top 8 finishes, right? None of that, but definitely has a presence around there. Definitely a strong player. I think I've seen Santi on Caspian before, but I don't know where that would be or why that would be. That being said, though, I'm pretty excited for this fight, this thing we got between them. Where to go?
Okay, anyway, we're gonna be launching into the banning here. Players striking down maps.
We'll see how it goes. Big shout out, by the way, to Scorpius for basically funding this tournament. They are the ones putting up the prize pool. They are the ones who are making this 3DT tournament happen behind the scenes. Big shout out also to 3DT for organizing the tournament and and running things like this. It's good to have that sort of initiative all the time. Coming in here onto Mammoth Fortress. I love the little bush on the right. It's in the little details. Santi does pick up those gauntlets right away. First off the bat, nice recovery coming through. We're going to see Brawlhalla have that sword. That Asuri is a different choice from what we saw from him earlier, I believe. And that is going to, it's going to play in a different way. And I'm very excited to see how that Asuri comes out. I love the Asuri Sigs. They're great in the air. They're great for picking up some of those Gimps and those early stocks. So maybe we're going to see that come out from Brawlhalla.
Yeah, Parallel, actually, I saw him in there using some interesting gravity-canceled downlights. Not really able to connect too many of them, but they could be some cool mix-ups, and if you can get some dodge reads with them, they can work really well to just build up damage slowly. I know I like to use them a lot when I use Sword. Santi finding more damage in here, though, just being solid. Gonna hit a neutral sig. They're not quite gonna kill off the top, but got so close. His gauntlets, though, are really solid, just going for kind of the bread-and-butter combos, getting damage in. Looking for recovery there off the top to kill. Not quite going to find it. Any sig or kill move should be able to kill now.
Nice spot dodge from Santi. Going to avoid that ground pound. Goes in for the signature. Not quite going to work. Nice neutral air coming out. Pushing out Parallel. Santi gets hit by the side air. Is it going to be a weapon toss follow-up? No, just a ground pound. Can't get a more traditional KO than that.
And Santi went a little bit risky off the edge, and Parallel just came in there with the sword and capitalized on it with that side air into the ground pound. Just dominated the edge there. Said, no, you're not coming back up on my stage. Santi, though, going to find a recovery here. Pretty much even things up. Has Katars. Both the weapons on Caspian are just fantastic for just getting strings and finding damage and weapon guarding. And it looks like Santi's going to opt to do that. Just keep Parallel away from the weapon. Parallel is going to snatch it up, though. Both players just about even here on the second stock.
Ooh, big punish with that Sig, but the ground pound comes out right away to punish the Sig. And I mean, it's about even. These two players are quite literally neck and neck at the moment. Nice neutral air usage from Parallel, trying to keep, Santi from crossing his lines, or rather intersecting his lines, as you might say.
Both players real close to the kill percent here. Santi a little bit more damaged. But any well-placed, strong force signatures should be able to get kills. Neither player able to find anything, though.
No, but it's so close. The recovery drops. There it is. The snap into bomb. True combo. Except it doesn't get the KO, so never mind. Parallel is doing a great job of surviving here. He's moving back, avoiding Santi. He's moving through. He does get those neutral hits in that air onto Santi. Santi with the weapon going to get stuffed out by the weapon toss. Neutral air coming out. Weapon toss coming out. It's really a hard thing for both these players right now because they both know they're so close to KO. Nice weapon toss. Parallel with their weapon goes for the downlight. Slapping coming out from Santi, but not enough to get the KO. Goes neutral air coming through. But there it is. The side air just, sending the dude flying.
Yeah, Santi probably going to look for maybe an unarmed recovery, something in here to get the kill quickly, maybe even before he picks up that weapon. But Parallel says, I've got Katars, the weapon is over there, you're thirsty for the kill. I'm just going to stop you right in your tracks over and over again. Finding some fantastic damage in here on strings while not dying. Gonna get killed, though, by that neutral sig out of Santi. We'll see what happens.
Moving through. Parallel has a nice engagement, and by that I mean his dodges and his movement with his dodges was nice to avoid getting hit, but unfortunately Santi gets in there with those Katars. Again, that Caspian pick really working out for him super well in this game 1 of the set.
Yeah, it seems like Santi's actually
Parallel
with the weapon throw there off the signature, gonna find the kill in game 1. Santi looked really comfortable in his Caspian. He looked very comfortable. He had the everything down. He looked like he knew what he was doing. It's just Parallel was pulling out some unexpected throws and hits in there that were just a little bit odd, and I think it was kind of throwing Santi off and wasn't quite able to adapt. That Sig gonna hit, kind of an example of just a weird, like, out of whack, nutty signature to throw out, and the weapon throw is just gonna follow it up, and Santi not able to dodge in time. Santi, though, switching it up in the second game to Lucian, another character that I think I've seen Santi playing before, possibly in ranked or other tournaments. Hopefully, equally as comfortable.
I mean, Lucian is such a strong pick, and I think you see a lot of players like Lucian for the high defense and for the high mobility. Even though you have that low force, I mean, you're able to really move around, and then just the kit itself, guns and guitars, is so powerful. And right off the bat, you're seeing Sandy use those guns very effectively, covering a lot of space, punishing the approaches with those down airs, punishing the approaches with the downlights. And it's exactly what Sandy was looking for, I think, to just kind of find it through. Nice ground pound coming out. You're going to see Parallel try and switch out to guitars, but again, guitars, you got that low range against something that is, by definition, guns are a ranged weapon.
Yeah, Fanny, even with the switch up here on blasters, has just been so solid. It's similar style seeming to Little Cap, where instead of doing just the weird nutty things, you stick it. Wow, that was an interesting pickup there. Anyway, but you can stick it to the bread and butter combos. That weapon throw gonna hit Parallel. Well played from Sandy here on this first stock with these blasters. Again, that spacing is just so good.
I love Sandy sees the dash jumps and the dash, movement towards himself, and he throws out these down airs and these downlights to just try and catch Parallel out. And it's an effective way to stop the approach. Good pickup there unarmed from Parallel. The weapon toss, gonna follow through, the dodge through. Sandy was open there for a second as that recovery didn't hit anything. Oh, the punish on the recovery. Double down airs in a row. Double there. And there's the signature coming out from Parallel, picking up that KO. And that stock evens it up. 2 stocks both ways.
Sandy got the guitars here. Gotta get a good read there with a down sig on the dodge back. Both players with guitars, both a close range weapon, both very string heavy. Pretty much whoever gets that first hit and gets into the string is gonna have the damage until the other player is able to get out and then initiate their own string. Santi, though, gonna grab those blasters. I agree with him. I think I would like the favorable matchup here more, because you can kind of play spacey. You don't have to worry about being in as close. Mirror matches are not the most fun. Although, Parallel gets in there. That Nair didn't quite hit. Both players kind of playing off edge here. Neither of them able to really find anything except for...
Big pickup right there. Sandy does get the wall touch. Ground pound isn't going to connect. Parallel comes through. Sandy coming out. Once that wall touch, you see the wall slope come out. Now Sandy it's his turn to pick up the big pickup on that sig. And there's the down sig. Throwing him down. Giving big slaps over onto Parallel. And intersecting his lines. We'll see if Parallel is going to able to get that KO early. Or if Sandy's going to capitalize on this advantage and further, increase his lead here.
Yeah, Parallel has shown that he can get those kills early. But Sandy's just playing so well with the spacing. Gonna find a gravity cancel down sig recovery, not quite gonna kill. That side air, though, might just do it into a weapon throw. Yep, Sandy cannot make it back. Doesn't have enough to recover. Parallel's pretty much evened it up. Has the guitars here, looking maybe to weapon guard. Weapon's gonna spawn on Sandy's side, though.
Parallel just playing very patient to pick up all of that guitar damage right there. Nice downlight, down air coming through. And I have loved Parallel's usage of these neutral airs. They're just very effective at pushing out the opponent, stuffing that down signature. Santi without a weapon, now picking up the guns. Guns have worked so well for Santi on this legend swap, which I think was a good swap for him, because he's doing a very good job in this game. Picks up, big pickup, downlight, gravity cancel downlight into recovery.
Parallel looking for more damage in here. If he can get a little string into a kill move, that might just do it. Not able to find the signature there off the edge, but that was kind of what he needed. Maybe looking for another signature here. Sandy's fantastic spacing.
If you look at Sandy's movement, oh, that's a big signature. With the weapon toss, he burns the dodge, but he does get walked back onto the wall, gets the sword, gets the guitars rather. If you look at Sandy's movement when he had those guns, it was so... The movement was perfect. He was always trying to bait out the movement and then putting himself in the right place where his gun hitboxes would hit. And that's why you saw Parallel so careful about engaging, because he sees Sandy's movement. Big sig pickup, big game pickup. That's going to push Parallel further through in the bracket.
Yeah, I think both players played that fantastically. Santi was more solid, but since he was more solid, he wasn't expecting some of the funkier moves that Parallel was throwing out, and it just caught him off guard. A lot of those signatures he's got for the kills were just these weird, funky things that came out. That side sig there, for example, to get the last kill. Very well played from both players. Just Parallel, I think, had a little bit of the mix-ups there, right?
Yes.
He had a few more mix-ups and a few more things that were just unexpected. I'd like to see Sandy maybe try and mix up his game a little bit more, but otherwise, solid. It was very solid.
That moves us into the lower semifinals here. We're going to see Novice up against Parallel. And they haven't actually fought each other first. This will be the first time they're fighting each other today in the bracket. They're already spawning right on in. They're ready to go, immediately ready to go. You got that Diana that we had out from Novice. Who is in here? Is Vice? I think his name might be Vice.
He's been like that.
Right. Interesting. And we got, I don't know. In Parallel on a Ragnar, which is a different choice for Parallel than we saw in the last game.
Yeah, he was just playing pretty well with that Asuri, but gonna go back to the Ragnar. As he was, I believe the first match he played Ragnar, correct?
I believe so, yes.
So we'll see what happens. Wouldn't doubt if he loses this one, he'll probably switch it back up to that Asuri. Hopping into the game here. Brawl.
Yes. Coming right on in, you're going to see Novice pick up a good amount of damage with the bow, string after string after string, and it's coming through.
Yeah, in Parallel, though, did get some nice hits in there with the axe. Interesting to see because that was the weapon that switched up between those two characters. Looking kind of comfortable in the axe, but Novice is hitting... He's hitting some of these neutral sigs and things, just pushing Parallel off the edge.
Yeah, I think these two players are very evenly matched. I mean, damage-wise and also playing-wise. Nice punish from Parallel. Vice gonna come on over, or Novice rather. Gonna just try and move that bow. And we saw against Lil Cap that bow was very scary. Some of those movements spoke to his knowledge. Nice punish on that signature. Vici picks up the ground pound, but it's above the platform, so it doesn't actually KO Parallel.
Yeah, Parallel on the kill percent here. Novice not quite.
Ooh.
Novice is gonna get ground pound, gonna get interrupted though by that soft platform. Weapon throw doesn't quite connect there.
That's an interesting choice that we saw right there of Novice not to. He does it again here. He doesn't chase off the edge. He waits for them to come to him on the top. Maybe he's less comfortable with his air game, or maybe he realizes that Parallel has a good air game and he doesn't want to engage in that because he thinks it's going to be close. I mean, damage is in KO zone for both of them. Novice extending these stocks and not dying is really a phenomenal thing. Oh!
Yeah, Novice there going to find a down air to get the kill off the edge. Is very damaged though in the deep red. So Parallel's not going to need much to kill here. Weapon throw actually clashed.
Turnaround.
Yeah, gonna get a turnaround there with the down sig to even things up. Has the axe. We'll see what he can do. Novice has that bow. Novice has been playing so well with that bow. Again, right there, just showing how well Novice knows the kit.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Novice.
How well Novice knows this kit. Somehow Parallel made it back, but Novice is just putting the damage on. He got a sidelight into a down sig to start there, showing how much he's played Diana and knows how well that works against people. Into a ground pound dare. If Parallel was like any more damage, that would have been devastating. Again, here, finding a sidelight into a neutral sig, just showing how well Novice has just adapted to this kit and the habits of players. And it seems like Parallel is actually doing some of those habits.
And it's really an interesting thing that we have here. I mean, the stock lead that Novice has right now, and you don't see Novice ever use anything but that gun. He's a Diana user, but he's a bow Diana user, you know? He's very comfortable with it. Loves picking up the sig, goes in the ground pound, spot dodge into the neutral sig. Actually gonna put Parallel in a safe place. Parallel picks up, almost picks the KO. Parallel saved Novice. Novice was done. Novice did not have recovery jumps. Parallel played the good edge game and then recovered into him, and that pushed Parallel into a position where Parallel could recover.
Wow, Novice's spacing and follow-ups have been so fantastic. Parallel gonna find the kill there with the ground pound out on Novice off the edge. But if you watch, and as I was just saying, I mean, Novice, every time Novice hits like a light attack, always knows what signature something to follow it up. I was actually able to avoid the ground pound there off the edge, which allowed Parallel to save Novice. If you watch it, Novice was literally just to the side where the ground pound looked like it was gonna hit, but didn't. Novice finding some good damage in here. Pretty much got Parallel in the kill percent. They're not quite gonna kill though.
Oh man. Novice above gets caught by the signature weapon toss, and that might be it for Parallel. I mean, he's really overextending here, and that's the ground pound for the KO. Wow, sometimes you see it happen, right? It's like you look at it and you're like, he's going hard because if he doesn't get that early KO, it's really not going to put him in a good position. And I think that's something that we saw, especially on that final stock at the tail end there, where Parallel went in really hard and didn't get the reward or payback that he needed to get to make it worth it.
Yeah. A lot of players will kind of take, you got to take those risks. I mean, when you're behind, you're not going to be able to really catch up as easily unless you take some of those risks, go for some of those riskier kills off the edge. It's the easiest way to do it. It's a lot easier than sitting there and just playing against somebody. Some players opt to do that more. Little Cap did that earlier, as you saw him. He played very systematically. He played very well. Anyway, hopping in
to game number
second
2.
Game here.
You have the Caspian out from Parallel, which, you know, we've seen Caspian used quite effectively in this tournament so far. Same old Diana from Novice. I think Novice is very much like, this is my legend. This is who I'm comfortable with. Like seeing those guns out from Novice. We don't see those a lot in the last game. Nice to see signature usage to outspace and push, push Novice down. I mean, the weapon throw is followed by the ground pound. Novice should be able to recover, should have a recovery here. Recovery out from Parallel does not hit. Signature going to get stuffed, but there's the follow-up with the gauntlets. He throws his gauntlets right away, goes in deep for the ground pound. Recovery still out there, gets caught, catches Parallel into a neutral air right afterwards. And that gives, you know, Novice a really good space to get back. But the slab's coming out from Parallel into a throw, and that is KO. I'm a player, and I didn't even know it.
Interesting to see to me. Parallel switched up. So as I said, I expected if he lost that game, he was going to switch it up to somebody else. I thought the Asuri, because he did well with the Asuri. But he goes back to that Caspian. And I mean, he's ahead right now. So something must have been right, although he has been using most of the guitars there. Maybe the signature kit he likes quite a bit better. We'll see what he can do with the gauntlets here. Novice.
Maybe towards the end of that first game, right? That last stock where he overextended himself. I think maybe he was onto an idea of how to, you know, put the pressure out onto Novice. And I think he's starting to act it there. That was that early KO that we saw in this game. It's the damage that he's building up right now. It's all of that. It's that first game is so much about learning your opponent, about trying to figure out how to fight your opponent as well.
Yeah, that's very true. And he's been putting the gauntlets to good use here. That neutral sig gonna connect. The weapon throw was really close. I don't know if that would have quite killed, but would have come pretty darn close. Vice doing a good job spacing out here. Parallel, though, gonna get a down sig, goes for another down sig. Gonna get punished by Vice's recovery. Vice is still down, pretty much a stock, though, being in the kill percent on the second stock.
Big pickup from Parallel. That's a KO. Parallel's up a whole stock at the moment. Parallel playing that edge game, playing that protect the weapon game. Novice does say, you know what, I am going to pick up this bow anyways. Gets caught by the tail end of that signature. Slaps coming out again from Parallel. I mean, his damage building is really good at the moment.
Although his damage building might be good, Novice right here has been putting on some good damage as well. Actually able to find more damage out on Parallel than Parallel's gotten on Novice. But being that Parallel has 2 stocks, I don't know that it's quite going to be enough from Novice. And Parallel is going to find a sig here, actually completely rendering what I just said null and void.
Novice,
so close,
man.
both players. They just need something.
Well, Novice, I mean, needs to not only get this KO, but then needs to pick up another stock. Nice signature pickup, does get that KO.
Yeah.
He's still on, they're still on the back foot, though. I mean, in that red on that damage, it's tough.
Yeah, not Novice so solid with those side light into a neutral sig reads. Parallel gonna pick up a gravity cancel down sig recovery, not gonna connect. Novice looking for something off the stage there, gonna find a nice startup but not able to follow it up with a dare. Parallel though going to be able to get a dare of his own, getting the kill off the bottom. Parallel gonna even it up 1-1 in this match. I didn't want it to just be me, it was awkward. No. Hide the cam. I need to put on the shades again. Thanks,
Sorry
Toast.
about that.
Anyway.
I have some funky hotkeys and I hit them. Funky fresh hotkeys. But really at the end of the day, I think we just wanted to show you. Green screen you.
Just show me.
Yeah.
Anyway. No switch ups here from both players. Going into it.
Right on in. Back to Mammoth Fortress. Ground pound coming up from Harold. Going out deep. You do see have Novice with that bow. The bow is scary. He picks up the recovery. Coming around on the right side. Avoids that signature. Hits that side light. Goes in for the gravity cancel. Signature not going to hit. The signature, neutral signature coming out from Parallel. Does hit. Goes in with that neutral air. But you know what? It's not enough. The damage is even across the board. Goblin's coming out. Down air coming out from two lines that don't intersect, aka Parallel. He does pick up the recovery, which is nice. Wants that signature. He's throwing a lot of signatures, which does leave him open a bit. And you know, you do see Novice pick up on that and go in for the signatures to go ahead and get some KOs. No KO yet, but the weapon throw, beautiful. And I don't think that Novice can come back from that. Novice cannot come back from that. So it's a really good first KO for Parallel.
That hitbox was really interesting. You could actually see the animation come out for the ground pound right as the side air came out from Parallel. And it actually interrupted it. I was actually surprised by that. Novice here putting in some nice hits without taking too much damage. Got a bow, which is fantastic for spacing. Gonna get a nutty gravity cancel side sig to take out Parallel stock and even things up.
I mean, both clean stocks here. Both of them in a very good place. Both of them with a win, which is, you know, pretty cray right now.
I mean, 1-1 is, it's got to be having the nerves going. Whoever loses this is going to be knocked out of the tournament. Whoever wins this has got a guaranteed third place. Going to the losers finals to face off Faison. That's a guaranteed prize, which, I mean, it's gotta make them want to fight for it more.
Prize pool of $1 million. No, actually, the prize pool is actually, I think it's $50 to first place.
It is $50. No. It is $50. 30, unless it's changed. It's 30 to first place.
$30 to first place.
5 to third.
15 and 5. So you know what?
Oh, no, wait.
Yeah, 30, 15, and 5. That makes 50.
I'm doing
$50
my math.
prize pool here.
That is what it is.
The damage right now onto Novice. He nearly gets KO'd from that ground pound bounce off of the, off of the center of Mammoth Fortress. Comes in there, goes for the many chase dodges, which interesting thing to do. Actually, with dash, if you dash, oh, that down air might pick up the KO. Is there gonna be a follow through? That does pick up the KO, and that does give him the lead, if just barely. It's enough to give him a little bit of a stock lead right there, which is huge. But there's the KO immediately turnaround from my dude.
Both players even here. I'm sure the blood is racing. Oh, there's money on the line, literally. The Qatar's gonna find a little bit of pokes in here, but not any big strings. Bo's coming back, a little bit of pokes. Though, as I say that, Parallel started with a big string. Gonna interrupt some of the stuff. Novice not able to really find anything big. Both players still poking in.
I mean, it's coming close. It's for that chance of $5. You know, $5 is like you could buy two things.
Guaranteed.
Yo, it is. Oh, the side air.
Novice gonna find the side air.
No, that's it.
That's it. Novice stole that right away with that side air right underneath. What's the phrase? I guess he stole it right from Parallel's grasp is kind of what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just trip up on words.
Dude, words are
anyway,
hard. Words are hard,
impressive, man. Though, from Vice. He's solid. He knows what he's doing. He's got fantastic follow-ups. Parallel played fantastic as well. Just not able to quite find it there off stage. Gonna get gimped. Fantastically played from both players.
Now, we're moving right in here. There's no break. There's no slowdown. It's into it. Action, action, action. That's 3 actions because it's 3DT. The T stands for action. The T stands for action. It's 3 times. Right on into Phazon versus the one and only Novice.
Novice, yeah. Anyway, interesting to me to see how this is going to pan out because, of course, Phazon, we've only seen him play what we saw his game versus Parallel, but we have not seen him versus Vice. Otherwise, we only saw him as well versus Capped. Gonna get a down sig here, taking off the first stock of Vice, but interested to see how Vice plays versus some of these top 8 players.
Now, this is losers finals. It is a best of 5. You do see an early KO. Oh, not early. I mean, 40 seconds isn't so early. Both of them down actually here to 2 stocks.
Yeah, surprisingly more even than you might expect from the 2 sides just being Phazon's tournament placings versus Novice, who you haven't seen placing as much. But don't undermine Novice for not having tournament placings. Phazon, though, kind of showing some of that, widening the gap here. Gonna hit a ground pound, maybe look for another ground pound. Not quite gonna hit. Novice was able to dodge it and follow up with a punish. Ooh. Not quite gonna kill. Get a side sig off the edge there, though. Phazon, though, capitalizes on the recovery with a side air. Gonna take down that stock to widen the lead there. Half a stock, maybe a little bit over.
Phazon picking up a nice downlight side air. Follow through. Up above that ground pound. Goes into the weapon toss without a weapon now. Gonna punish that recovery with that side light. Coming in down deep with the down air, but the neutral air gonna stuff it.
Phazon finds downlight into side air there. Looking for a ground pound off the edge. Not quite gonna find it. Novice did an interesting down sig there. Left Novice on the stage, and Phazon wasn't able to capitalize on that. Novice got the bow.
Nice. The punish on the bow. Oh! I love it. I mean, that's classic. You know, you see Phazon throwing out a charge sig, and then he was just waiting. He was ready. He's like, I'm going to throw it out when it's ready, catch it, and throw him down.
Novice finding some nice damage in here. Maybe going to look for something off the edge. But Phazon's got those gauntlets, which were maybe even more scary than bow off the edge. That does not KO, no.
But that one will, does. Though. And just like that, we are going to see the first game of this best of 5 go to Phazon. This is one of my favorite kills right there. Is the one where it's just, I love the clean punish. Like, you see it and it just happens, and that's, you know, that's nice.
Sometimes you don't need to be fancy to be impressive. Just nice, solid, clean follow-ups, clean play is just as impressive sometimes as doing some of those nuttier moves. But we like to see a little bit of both out of the players. Both players looking like they're sticking on the same characters. Actually, I was talking about it earlier, and I didn't really talk about it now. Phazon, as I said earlier, he's switching between Scythe and Spear and Scythe and Gauntlets. Never saw the Wushang come out, which is the non-Scythe. It'd be Spear and Gauntlets. But now we are seeing that, and I'm not disappointed, honestly.
No. I love the Wushang, or as I like to think him personally, I think of him as Wu Nasty. I love the Wu Nasty signatures because they are really powerful. They're really strong. The kid is good at that down signature where he kind of blasts with those gauntlets to either side of him. That's great if it picks you up early. And then that side sig really can slap you down at a really strong angle, which you did see in that last game, how Phazon got that final KO. I mean, right off the bat, though, Phazon only now going to pick up those gauntlets and say, I prefer the Spear. Goes in for the gravity cancel neutral light, raises the hitbox just ever so slightly, gives you a little bit more engagement zone rather, you know, rather than doing it grounded. I mean, Phazon really is racking the damage up. He does knock the bow out from Novice. Novice just jump through, down out, recovery not going to hit.
Phazon here just needs something to pick up that kill. Side sig gonna hit there. The first one did actually miss. I was surprised that the hitbox actually looked like a hit. Gonna punish with a neutral light there, though, into a chase dodge forward side sig. It's gonna get the kill. Racking up some damage here already on this first stock. Has almost put Novice into the orange.
I think Phazon has figured out a read, but there's a big KO coming out from the one and only Novice. Nicely done. Catches Phazon off guard and does KO him.
Yeah, Novice able to just capitalize on some of these things that a lot of Diana players are really good at, and he shows how solid he is with just hitting some of those down sigs and knowing when to use them. And they kill really early. Faison gonna go with one of those nutty slide charge breakdance. I'm gonna call it a breakdance. It is a down heavy, unarmed down heavy, slide charge, unarmed down heavy, but it's pretty much a breakdance. It's a breakdance.
Slide charge breakdance, absolutely. I 100% with you.
Gonna get the style. Faison pretty much a stock ahead here, but both players putting in some work.
Now, Faison's spear is going to give me nightmares here because he's moving through. He's throwing out those neutralizers so much. And the gravity cancel! And he just sends him down.
God! Faison! His spear. I know everything else has been impressive. His gauntlets are fantastic. His sword is great. His scythe is great. But the spear... So many times you see these players that are so bread and butter with spear. They just use the kit the spear has. They don't do much with it. He's been doing so much with the spear. Here, actually, we're seeing Novice. Oh, the breakdance. Oh, Novice, though, gonna be switching up to a Kaya. Kaya, of course, was actually the champion that was used to win the Winter Championships by Tiffany.
Yes, this is correct.
So interested to see. We've got some more spear action going on.
Kaya is one of those legends that has a sig kit that I think is very fun to see and very fun to watch. The spear where she goes fishing, right? She shoots out, she gashes you. Oh my god, Faison. That's a good one. With the spear, also the down sig, it's like she's egg beating you. I call it the egg beater. But the down light ground pound, that might be enough. I mean, the weapon toss, we're going to see him fall up. Oh, he misses the down air. Novice is able to move through it. There's a gravity cancel. Not going to pick it again. Novice was like, fool me once, shame on me, shame on you or whatever. But not twice. Not going to happen twice in one set.
Faison needs some sort of kill move here off the edge. You wouldn't be surprised if he looks for side sig. Gonna hit a neutral light there instead. Yep, there's that side sig. It's getting the read on Novice just coming up the edge there. Novice did put in quite a bit of work there, though, on that first stock. Getting Faison into the orange. Side air gonna connect. Ground pound gonna connect. Looking for something off the stage here.
Faison just threw his weapon, touched the wall, caught the weapon, and used that as a stuff on an attack. Like, that's incredible. The down air, the double down air. Both of them are gonna recover, though. That was deep, though. I didn't think either of them would recover. Honestly, at that point, I was gonna be close.
Faison's throws off stage have been so on point this whole tournament. You saw, especially in that first game that he played versus Parallel in the top 8, he just stuffed him down with a lot of those egg drops and other things to stop him from hitting attacks. And
third recovery!
God. He's unarmed. Let's see a fourth.
The egg beater comes out. Doesn't get the KO. It doesn't even hit him, but we did just see the egg beater right there. There's the wall touch from Faison coming out. He's styling unarmed. He did waste his dodge. He says, "You can't even do it. I'm gonna waste my dodge," but that does actually get him KO'd with a ground pound. You know, and now it is even on those stocks right now. But one good hit. There's the pickup right into signature. Not gonna catch him. I think Faison is really trying to be a little bit, you know. Not snarky is not the right word. A little bit cheeky at the moment with how he engages in some of these KOs. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. It looked like when he was sitting under the stage there, maybe he was looking for some sort of that
Faison
ground pound
loses it.
Gonna connect from Novice.
Novice says, "You know what? I'm not giving you game 3. Let's go." That's a full-on tweet with the clap emojis and with the fire emojis between every single word.
Anyway, Faison, though, looked like he was kind of looking for maybe a dare there when he was sitting under the stage. And Novice says, "No, I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to engage." And then just gets a read and just smashes him down. And then gets another one there with a ground pound to do down air, which is going to even it up. Faison probably going, "Oh, shoot. You know, now I've got to bring it back here." Just showing off what he can do with that spear. His spacing, the fadeaway sares, the throws, the dares. It's very impressive. Novice, though, is not out of it.
I love that follow-up. So he uses that neutral light and then he chase dodges into that sig as a follow-up, and that's what catches catches Novice right there. I mean, Novice in the red, but Novice did pick up such a good KO on that last stock. He could bring this back. He uses that down air at closer to 2 jumps. There's the dodge. He has a recovery. Gets the down air for the touch, but the down air coming out from Phazon picks up the game, and that's going to put Phazon back for that rematch, that run back up against Little Capped in those finals. But let's take a look at those replays real quick.
Salty run back. Yeah, that side air, or the side sig read there. Yeah, here it looked like he was trying to bait out
A ground pound.
there a little bit. Gonna get the ground pound.
This is the KO. Check it out. He's an orange, right? Novice
That
comes in with the
spacing.
ground pound.
Did you see the spacing over the edge, like barely just clipping it?
It's about as perfect
From
as he can.
Novice?
And Novice knows that Phazon's going to try and recover and goes down deep with that down air and just gets the KO onto Phazon.
Very impressive.
They are map banning. We're going to jump right on into these finals.
Yeah, Little Cap, you'll never guess he's on Bodvar. Phazon is playing Hattori. That's a spear, but that's also a sword. That's like the other character he hasn't touched in this whole like combination of stuff he's going on with Scythe, Gauntlets, Sword. There's, of course, no Scythe Sword. Otherwise, both players are to stand still. At an all for words.
There they go.
Starting here.
It was their staring contest, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like in every anime ever, it's the moment before they fight. If we could hear the character sounds in game, the characters would be like, "Whoa," and they'd be staring at each other.
Omae wa mou shindiru. I'm sorry, you brought anime up with the weeaboo casting, right?
I love it. Oh man. But then, you know, they power it up, and here they are going into that anime style battle. You know, the rematch of teammates, the rematch from earlier on, and the first KO goes to Phazon.
Yeah, Phazon playing fantastic there with the sword, getting a dare into a side air read. Gonna just knock Little Capped out. Phazon, it looks like he's been building up this pool of weapons. He's been building up the sword, he's been building up the spear, he's been building up the scythe, he's been building up the gauntlets, and he's played pretty much every character with all those combinations and has done fantastic with them. Little Cap gonna pick up a side air here to get the KO and kind of even things up. But yeah, Phazon has multiple characters. He's showing he can play them all, and he can play them all well. It's not like he's playing some random diamond or platinum. He's playing Little Cap. Most people consider one of the best players NA, if not one of the best players in the world currently, one of the most solid players.
I would not be surprised if this went to that 5th game, or if it even went to a reset. I mean, Little Cap and Phazon seem to be very evenly skilled. Phazon doing a great job building up damage right there. Gonna get caught by that down sig. Little Cap saying, you know what, I'm gonna scoop you. I'm gonna scoop you with it. And scoops out Phazon. The ground pound comes out, but Little Cap just so patient. He gets a spot dodge into the stomp. Side air punish, and then he side airs off that wedge to get the KO onto Phazon. That was just clean.
Clean indeed. Both players, that is a fantastic way to just describe the gameplay that they've had. Clean. They have had clean gameplay. Even that staring contest was quite clean. You saw them both coming off of that at the exact same time. It was coordinated. It was clean. Ooh. They know what they're doing. Phazon gonna connect with the side air there. Unarmed. Gonna get the kill on Little Cap. Pretty much evening up again. Phazon's a little bit behind, but he's got the weapon. Gonna get a throw combo there. Something you don't see often from players, but he executes it nigh perfectly.
No,
has the hammer.
That's a Tori, not Nai.
I'm sorry. Phazon! I don't know what happened there. You distracted me, Toast, but it looked like he hit another one of those egg drops there for that last kill. Again, those down airs and those weapon throws.
It was the realest pogo you've ever seen, I think. We're about to see it. We'll slow it down for the replay.
The realest pogo you've ever seen, man. These
right
pogos
here.
have been on point.
Oh, nice one. See, he moves the pogo through the dodge. Comes up here. Oh, and then Little Cap does it. I don't think that was the first pogo either. I think there were a couple other pogos coming out, but it was really just precision, kind of like doop, 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 to knock the dude out.
Let's see if we see another staring contest here. Not going to be a staring contest this time. Both players say, no, I'm going to rush right in this time. You already know my secret move. I don't have to relay any backstory to you. I don't have to charge up my my Kamehameha wave. We're just going to go right in it. Speaking of going right in it, Little Cap's here.
Little Cap going hard and going deep. I mean, so much damage right now onto Phazon. Lookup doesn't have that weapon now. Going in against someone who has a sword, it gets a Tori with the sword, which is a little bit scary thing to do, but that is red damage on Phazon. Does pick up that down sig onto Lilcap. Lilcap mostly gets caught by the weapon toss, but dodges through the engagement. Down air coming out from Phazon. Down air again, but Lilcap already covers above. Recovery coming out from Phazon does push Lilcap up. Now you're seeing that weapon toss into the pickup, into the side air, but not enough because Phazon was a little back before. Throws that sideline into that neutral air, which is enough to push Lilcap out here, and damage is starting to really equalize. There's the down sig pick up. Chase dodge forward, but back, waiting it out, goes for the neutral sig, and Lilcap ready there with the side air for the punish into weapon toss. Phazon moves through it, but grab it, cancel down lane, and the ground pound does not connect. It drops.
Yeah, the wedge there, I think, messed it up a little bit. Lilcap, weapon throw, not quite going to connect. Recovery, though, going to connect. Not going to kill, though. Gets another weapon throw there. Into a side air, actually. Kind of challenged. Phazon tried to challenge it with a side air of his own there. But, of course, the hammer has much bigger hitboxes than the sword. Going to outrange it and going to get the kill. Phazon's got that spear. Looking for some pogo here. Not quite able to find anything. The pogo is not working. Lilcap going to find a side sig there. Looking for a down sig for maybe an early kill, but not going to find anything off the edge. Pogo? Egg drop going to not connect.
Big pickup on that sig into weapon toss. The dodge through from Phazon is nice, but Phazon would not have recovered there if he did not get that hit so he could chase dodge. Lilcap still has Phazon in a similar location. There's the downlight ground pound, and that one does not drop. That is give the KO to Lilcap, who is about to 3-stock his teammate, Phazon.
I doubt that Phazon's going to let him get the 3-stock, but think about the bragging rights if you get a 3-stock in a tournament in grand finals onto one of your sparring partners, and well, again, not gonna get the 3-stock, but think about it, a sparring partner, 2v2 partner, you know, you're in a live stream with them, and you could be like, oh, well, see, I 3-stocked you in a grand finals this one time, you know? Anyway, Phazon here with the pogo, Lilcap with the knife. Both players putting in work.
Both players putting in work. That signature actually puts Lilcap in a really poor position as Phazon does get the huge ground pound punish, but able to come up, and Phazon gets knocked out.
Lilcap, man. Solid. He was solid there. Had those bread and butter combos. Putting in the work. Hit a lot of side airs. It was just well played from him. Phazon here, actually. Looking like he's going to be switching it up to a Bryn. Pulling out a weapon he hasn't played all top 8, Axe. Keeping with that spear, though, I think he likes those pogos. We like the pogos, too. We'll see what happens.
So much of that Bryn pick, right? I think there's 3 weapons we've seen Phazon use comfortably. Gauntlets, sword, and spear. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I think Phazon is just saying, you know, I'm gonna do what I want to do with these weapons. I'm gonna pick one weapon that I like and play that legend. That's Bryn. That's the spear. I'd be surprised if we see a lot of Axe out of this.
Yeah. I am agreeing with you. The pogos and the strings are pretty consistent here so far. Lilcap, though, just hitting him with some meaty side airs gonna stop him from doing any more damage than Lilcap wants. Getting a lot of damage in here. Not able to find any kill moves on both sides. That Axe, though, especially with that big recovery, has a lot of force. Phazon able to recover there. Lilcap not able to find a punish. Neutral Sig, though, off the dash is going to connect, securing that first stock on that Axe. Actually opting for the Axe here, throwing away the spear. Lilcap gonna pick him up with the recovery, though. Looks like Lilcap has got the hammer. Phazon's next weapon pickup is the Axe. We'll hope he's comfortable. Won't have those pogos. Lilcap has the sword now. Phazon actually playing a little bit unarmed here. Picks up the Axe. Getting some nice hits in here. Has the spacing. Goes for risky down sig. Lilcap actually misses the punish on it. Gonna find a neutral sig. Phazon, though, gets those dares over the edge. Actually gonna pick up the kill, giving him an almost entire stock lead. Opting for that Axe. Axe has been strong recently. We saw it a lot in the Winter Championships. It's not a hard weapon to play. Something he probably didn't have to practice as much as some of the other weapons. Toast, I know you made that call that he was going to be using that spear, but I think you might have been wrong. Sorry to say it. Little Cap, though, coming back here with the hammer, putting a lot of damage. Almost even things back up so far.
All right. I mean, what do you think? What do you think right now? They're both up one game. Little Cap gonna even it up to that final stock. You have 1-1 right now, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Especially, I mean, if we look back at the first best of 5 they played right in the winners finals, it went to a 5th game because they are very even and they know how each other plays. Phazon does pick up a lot of damage here, and he is pushing Little Cap out to the side. Recovery coming through. Is he gonna push off the top? No. Little Cap gonna try and turn this around, pick up the damage here, but is it gonna happen? I don't think so.
Oh, the side sig just barely missed there. Down sig gonna connect though, not quite gonna kill. Ground pound will connect again. Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's not gonna kill, but he couldn't actually find the recovery there on the edge. I don't know if that was a goof on his part. I did miss it. Phazon takes it. 2-1 so far in grand finals. Phazon is on the loser's side though, so he does need a bracket reset if he wants to get that win. Little Cap just going to try and put a stop to him. 1 game off the bracket reset if Phazon can win this. Switching up the color, that's respectable. Keeping with the Bryn though, of course, Little Cap, who would have guessed it, sticking with that Bolivar.
Bolivar, do you think that Little Cap will be able to bring this back?
I think Little Cap can definitely bring this back. I think really it can go either way. It's been, I mean, I believe in earlier in the bracket when they played, it was 2-1 in favor of Phazon. In that situation again, but Little Cap ended up taking it. Speaking of Phazon getting some nice damage in here with that axe. Little Cap though following up with an unarmed string of his own, getting in some of those bread and butter combos. Phazon though putting a stop to him with a wake up gravity cancel neutral light.
Even damage across the board. I like that Phazon is still sticking here. Nice pickup on that KO. The double nair is a really, it's not quite a true combo, but is a very strong toolkit in the hammer, you know, in the hammer box of things you can do. The hammer itself, I suppose, is literally a tool. But Little Cap, you know, this is how these games go. They go back and forth and back and forth. One person has a clear lead. Little Cap right now has the person with that clear lead. He's got that stock lead. He's got a damage lead. He's really trying to come around. Loves throwing out those down airs. Down air going to come through and does hit. Neutral air, you just see Phazon go stack, so it didn't hit. The down stick going to get punished, but the sweeping motion of that wheel out from Phazon isn't quite going to hit. Stomp side air right off the edge of the wedge, pushes Phazon out to that left side. Weapon toss down. Ooh, boy. The side air is coming out unarmed, and the punish on the signature is actually really, really big, because that would have potentially knocked Phazon down off the wedge and for the KO. But as it is, the ground pound comes out from Phazon into the recovery. The down air comes out from Little Cap. Is it enough? Is he going to get that KO? I mean, he's looking for it, but the weapon tosses are tough.
Little Cap going to pick up a nair right there for the kill, widening that gap. Another game that we're seeing where it's 3 stocks to 1. I mean, I think this is what, the 4th time we've seen it being in either player's favor. I think Little Cap actually 3 times, whereas Phazon once. Phazon, though, going to take out the stock. We're not going to see a 3 stock quite yet, but we've still got a potential for it. If not this game, we've got plenty of more games coming.
Ideally, that would be the best case scenario. The follow through on these hammer side lights, side airs from Little Cap. We said it before. It's great. It's really just a lot of movement. Nice neutral sig coming through. Another one does get punished by that by the axe neutral attack. Comes up with the unarmed side air coming out from Phazon. Little Cap trying to anticipate it, but the gravity cancels down, so you're gonna get him punished by that side air.
Wow, Phazon just turning around that stock there. Gonna lessen that gap quite a lot and pick up some combos here with the axe. His axe combos have been pretty solid. I know recently with the changes to axe, the side light, nair, gravity cancel, downlight has actually become a true combo, I believe. Or if not, it's got a very little dodge window, and it puts in a lot of damage. It's very powerful. It's fairly consistent. Little Cap, though,
he's
looking
really
for
close
something,
to
getting a lot of
KO.
weapon throws in here. Stopping that aggression with those weapon throws.
Love the weapon tosses. They're so precise. They're coming through. Moves through. The neutral air does not get the KO. Is very close. Another neutral air would get the KO, though. And there's the down air for the KO. Lil Cap will take this game.
It is currently 2-2 in the grand finals. This is going to be the last game to determine whether Little Cap is going to take it or Faison is going to initiate that bracket reset. We're going to have to play up to 5 more games to figure out. I don't know which one I want more.
I don't know, man. Well, obviously more games, right?
More games, yes. More games.
Obviously, more games. I mean, they're coming in. You're seeing Faison take a moment here to chill and to rest. But this is the grand finals reset right now. I'm really curious to see exactly how it's gonna play. Oh, it's not the reset. This is the grand finals final game. It could go to reset, like you're saying. It could also end right here, right now. You could see that $30 prize pool go to one of these players. Either way, they are guaranteed at least $15.
Yeah, Little Cap seems confident.
The Wu Shang, the Wu Nasty coming out. I love that Little Cap sacrifices speed to go for that extra defense. I think a lot of people would go the other way, even with dash. I think speed is just a little bit almost more important. But, you know, people are saying it's a high defense meta right now is what I've heard some people say. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, interesting to me. I don't know if this is like a thing or not. I don't know if Faison was taking a break because he needed to chill, or if he was just getting a drink of water or something. But Little Cap was like rearing and ready to go, knew what character he wanted to play, of course, with that Bolivar. Faison, though, taking his time maybe to decide a character pick, to chill off for a bit, ends up going with that Wushang. Little Cap, though, so far with this sword, hasn't even been touched, putting in massive amounts of work here. Bread and butter combos.
This is the thing about Little Cap, right? It's not like, it's not shiny movement. It's not really show-offy. He's just perfectly placed all the time to get little hits and little damage here. And that's what's gotten Faison into the red, is this incredible movement. That first KO, I mean, once the Little Cap gets into that groove, it really is something cool to watch him do what he does.
Oh yeah, it's such impressive. I mean, if you were planning on playing Bolivar and want to work on how solid you are, just watch this man very closely. Go look at the replays from tournaments. Look at how he plays and just study it. See how he moves. Faison, though, another player that's very good to study. Very impressive. Putting in some work here. Little Cap kind of playing a little bit more passive here. Maybe thinking he needs to chill. Maybe some issues here. Taunt's going to come out. Looks like both players are fine. Throws away that hammer.
I wouldn't be surprised, Zuruga, if these two players were in a voice chat right now as they were playing each other in these grand finals.
I would not either. Yeah, they're teammates. They're close friends. They spar. I would, again, not be surprised if they were in a voice chat, just having a good time with it.
Look at with that sword.
Sure, some nerves are getting to them though, because there is money on the line.
There is. Look at, again, he's moving in. His movement is perfect. There's the down air coming out. Pushes Faison up to the top. Look, Cap goes. Oh, man, that neutral air nearly hit. The Sig comes out. We saw that KO before in a previous game, but that's exactly what happens is that side Sig comes out and it just hits you off the edge. The hitbox extends just past it.
Faison going to pick up one of those Gauntlet Russian Mafias. Not quite going to kill, but going to put in quite a bit of damage. Little Cap, I think this is, what, the 4th time it's been 3 stocks to 1. Sidelight into recovery there, going to kill from Faison, but he's got more work to do again to make it back. It's deja vu. This has been the past couple games.
He almost hit that Sig off of the double sidelight with the hammer, which is kind of crazy. Sidelight, neutral light, not going to hit. Faison really putting up the damage right now with some of these gauntlet hits, just pounding into Little Cap with his fists. Ground pound comes out from Faison. Faison gets by the sidelight. Signature is going to get stuffed. Little Cap, Faison was behind you at that point. The ground pound comes out. Faison's down low. I mean, this could be it. This could be the end of the game. Little Cap is so close. He hits that neutral light, goes in for the signature against the wall, which would have KO'd to hit a hit. There's the recovery coming up from Faison on arm, hits the side light. Little Cap being pushed out on the right side. No way is he getting back on this platform. But there it is. There's KO. And Faison is your 3DT Scorpius.
No, Little Cap is. You said Faison.
I said Faison. Lil Cap is your 3DT Scorpius victor for this game. I am so sorry. I can't believe I said that. That's why I have you to, catch me.
Fine. Yeah. I let some of them slip, but we'll announce the right person. Sometimes you'd say like down light instead of down Sig or something, but those are fine to me. People can assume, but we'll announce the right winner anyway. fantastically
It
played
was little
from
capped.
both players.
100% little capped.
It was close. It wasn't like any player like wiped. It was close. Little Cap started to pick it up there towards the end. Fantastically played from both players.
Folks, I got to throw some big, quick shout-outs here. First of all, thanks to everyone here for watching. Y'all are great. Y'all are what make this sort of thing happen. Thank you for being in chat, watching. Thank you to the players who are here and playing. You guys are great. Big shout-out to the behind-the-scenes team. Man with a French accent, Baidvar, Turbo, Zach, Left Stick Down, and EXO all putting in hard work to make this thing happen, to make it run smoothly. Of course, the biggest shout-out to this guy over here, Zaruga, who's wearing the unicorn glasses, coming out and casting. Always a pleasure. And then, of course, a huge shout out to Scorpius for, sponsoring this tournament and saying, you know what, I want to do a Brawlhalla tournament. I'm going to do it with 3DT, and I'm going to put some dollars on the line.
And big shout out to Toast for doing a lot of the projection, putting a lot of this together, organizing it. He makes everything so much easier than a lot of the other community tournaments, and he's a fantastic caster. Great guy. Yeah, hurts.
Anyways,
yeah,
folks, that's going to be it for us. Y'all are great. Have a good rest of your evening, and, stay crispy.
Stay crispy.